Have you ever felt stuck in a problem that just seems to consume all your energy and your focus? What if I told you that the way you think about the problem could be the key to overcoming it and achieving your goals? I'm Naeem. I'm the founder of Peak Humans, and I've delivered over 1,000 talks and impacted over 50,000 lives across the United States when I was a speaker for Tony Robbins. And today, I'm going to show you a powerful tool, strategy, technology that will change the way you think and help you move from frustration to unstoppable action. But before we dive in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss out on a powerful tool or strategy that I talk about that's going to help you unlock your peak potential. And if you're ready to dive right in now and start shifting your mindset and performing at a higher level, text Peak Human to 415-413-7426 or email team@peakhumans.io to join the waitlist for my Peak Performance Mastery Program. So let's get started. So today we're talking about problem frame versus outcome frame, which are two totally different ways of thinking that can either keep you stuck or propel you forward. And this is a paradigm shift. Because when I first learned this, before I was always thinking about, why isn't this working? Why does my life not the way I want it? What's wrong with me? And that's how most people think. If I asked you, do you think most people think like that? The answer is yes, right? So I'm going to explain the difference in this video. Now, the key difference between these two frames is how you approach challenges in your life, in your business, or any goal that you're trying to achieve. So let's start with the problem frame, because when you're thinking in a problem frame, your focus is entirely on what's wrong. You're focused on the obstacles, the challenges, and everything that isn't working. The more you focus on the problem, though, the more energy you give to the negative side of things. And it just fuels the fire, right? It feels like you're constantly battling against something, and no matter how much you try, it's going to be hard to get any momentum. Now, imagine that you're facing a challenge in your business, and perhaps it's not growing as fast as you'd like. And in the problem frame, you might say, I don't have enough customers, or the market is too competitive, or my team is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You're just stuck in the cycle of identifying the problem and feeling overwhelmed by it. Now, here's the thing. When you're focused on the problem, it can feel like you're stuck in quicksand. And the more you think about it, the deeper you sink and the less likely you are to come up with solutions. But this is where the outcome frame comes in, my friends. Now, and by the way, I was problem frame king. And honestly, again, most of us are, because that's how we're conditioned by society, right? Most of us were just focused on the problem. We talk about to our friends about all the thing that's wrong with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you prefer in relationship, right? But we always talk about what the problem is with the other side. And we don't think about, what is the outcome? And that's the second frame. What is the outcome frame? That shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. So instead of getting stuck on the obstacles, you start thinking about your desired result. You start thinking about the solution and the outcome that you want to achieve. And then you create a mental roadmap of how to get from where you are to where you want to be. So you start asking questions like, what do I want? Or how do I want to be different? Or what's one simple thing I could do today to make progress? And these sound like basic, obvious questions, but if you notice within yourself and you ask other people, they don't ask those questions. I didn't ask these questions, right? I used to ask, what should I do? I didn't ask what I want to do. I didn't think about, how do I want to be different? I just focus on what's wrong and what's not working. So let's say that you're still working on that business challenge. And instead of focusing on, I don't have enough customers, try thinking, how can I attract more customers? It's very simple, subtle shift, but it's huge, right? How can I attract more customers? Just start asking that question. Because whatever you focus on, you're going to notice and you're going to create and you're going to give more energy to. Or another question could be, what would it take for my business to be the top choice in my industry? That's a cool question. I like that one for myself even now. What would it take for my business to be the top choice in my industry? And the cool thing about this exercise and this process is, once you start doing this, you start training your brain and it starts to get fun, right? Because it's an infinite amount of questions you could ask and ways you could think. Just like Einstein says, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. So it's literally, the only limit is your imagination. So this shift in your focus, it moves you out of the problem and into the solution. And this is where creativity and opportunities flow, my friends. So this is fun stuff. Now, shifting to the outcome frame is like changing the channel on your mindset. So instead of watching a show about problems, you start watching a show about solutions. You go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to feeling empowered and ready to take action. So how do you actually make the shift? Here's what I want you to do, guys. When you find yourself caught in a problem frame, ask yourself these 3 questions. And this is the first step is always awareness, right? You first have to catch yourself, be like, oh, I'm in problem frame, and be honest with yourself and not lie to yourself and like notice, right? So first is like practicing noticing, kind of like you do a audit of what you're eating. Most people don't even realize what they eat all the time. Take a log of what you're eating all the time. Take a log of your thoughts, right? Start noticing your thoughts. And the 3 questions you want to start asking is, the first one is, number 1, what do I want instead? What do I want instead? So you want to focus on the end result, not the struggle. The second question is, how can I move toward that outcome? And then you start brainstorming actionable steps. And then the third question is, what's the first step I could take right now? This shifts you from overwhelm to action. And that's huge, guys. Very simple formula. Write this down, keep it on your phone, keep it on a pen and paper in your pocket. Like, this will change your life if you apply it. Just like all things, if you apply it, it'll work. So let's take a quick example to solidify this. Imagine you're talking to, or you're trying to get healthier, but you've been stuck in a problem frame of, I don't have time to exercise. You say things like that, or I'm too busy with work. Or instead, what I want you to do, I want you to flip it to an outcome frame. How can I find the time to exercise every day? These guys are playing tennis over here, right? How can I find time to exercise every single day? Or what small action can I take today to improve my health? I love these questions make me feel better, right? Like, again, questions are the answer. Questions are powerful. The questions you ask are running your life. That's how you think. It's the operating system. So just by shifting your focus, you've already begun taking control, my friends. So when you consistently think in the outcome frame, it becomes a muscle, it becomes a habit, and changes your life. You build a mindset that's solution-oriented. You go from reactive to proactive. And the momentum is going to create is going to push you forward with energy and focus, guys. This is really life-changing technology, and it literally is technology. Your brain is technology, your thoughts are technology. So if you want to dive deeper into this powerful technique and you want to learn more about mindset shifts like this, they're going to give you even bigger leaps and results and transformation, I'd love to invite you to my Peak Performance Mastery program. And in the program, we work on shifting your mindset from problem-focused thinking to outcome-driven action and so much more, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This literally will change your whole life, your friend's life, your family's life, whoever you care about the most. Because then you get to teach these tools to other people, which is my favorite part, which is why I do what I do. So to join, all you got to do, text PQhuman to 415-413-7426. It's an application process. We just want to make sure it's the right fit and you're ready for it. Or you can email team@peakhumans.io to join the waitlist and take action today and shift your mindset toward results. So I hope you use this exercise, use this tool. It's literally one of the foundational principles of how I run my life, how successful people think. And before we wrap up, remember, subscribe to the channel down below for more tips and actionable strategies that are going to help you to reach your goals faster by shifting from a problem frame to an outcome frame. and you can start making the changes you want in your life right now. See you later.